One of the things I'm trying to do with videos heading into MLB 22 is make them shorter, like the intro shorter. So I'd appreciate if you guys gave feedback on how you think the editing is for these videos. But I'm going to try to go into like deep dives on cards as we're playing. But as you can tell by the title of the video, I'm jumping into ranked with cards that are eerily similar to what I'm assuming their TA1's going to look like. Now, I'm making this video on March 27th. So obviously not every card is like super accurate in regards to like their overalls in MLB 21. I'm just trying to play with like low overall cards and make some guesses to give you all an idea of what the new face of the franchise content drops to look like on night 1 of MLB The Show 22. So with that, for example, I got live series Byron Buxton in. He's gonna start with a 90. All the cards are gonna start with a 90, and it's gonna be fun, man. This is a really high overall to start off with a content drop for MLB. And one of the things, obviously, that you're going to find out is that Byron Buxton's got a phenomenal swing. But more than that, man, he's a 5-tool player. Got a lot of speed, got great defense. Personally, I'm a Twins fan. I'm going to be rocking him at center field. But I know that, like, Cedric Mullins, Luis Roberts, some people call him Luis Robert. But either way, it looks like from the early start of the drop for I keep saying TA1. Early drop for a face of the franchise is going to be pretty awesome. Not like that's, wait, no shot, right? Am I just playing a goofball? I'm playing a goofball. I guess I'll probably match into another game here momentarily. That has got to stay fair, right? Thank you. Okay, see, this is what I'm saying. We're probably going to be, this is going to have to end up being a cut really quick of gameplay, I guess. But going over some of like the guys in MLB 21, comparing them to MLB 22. Now, we did get this yesterday. It's not like a super high quality image, but the actual stats got revealed yesterday for Rafael Devers, face of the franchise card. So 106 power is awesome. The 65 power versus the left is pretty like fair to start the game out. But I mean, these cards will become with some pretty nice stats, but the main point that I want to emphasize is that, specifically with Buxton, he'll have, and it's not just Buxton's case, it's a lot of other players' case, but we're going to get a 90 Buxton in MLB 22. You're also going to have the live series Buxton. Now, I'm assuming he's going to start anywhere from 86 to 89 overall and then continue to climb from there because when he's healthy, he's one of the best center fielders in baseball. But, one of the quirks of the live series cards as well is that inside edge. So if you guys don't know what that is, inside edge is like, for example, if Buxton's playing a pitcher he does really well against IRL, his batting versus right might be +7 for power and contact that day. Likewise, if he's facing a guy he can't hit, it might be down -8 against righties for contact and power. That's just one of the many examples. And that kind of goes into my, talking points on the live series cards is that obviously you're going to want to go after these face of the franchise guys, but I would definitely be really willing to look at when the game comes out, what are the differences between overalls and the face of the franchise cards and their live series. Maybe you just don't want to target a guy because you feel like it's a pretty big downgrade or it's basically the live series. So like, I might as well have that card, like for Lou Bob, for example. And then also with this lineup, I'm going to go into a little bit more gameplay too here, but this kind of be a hodgepodge video. But I'm guessing that like Joey Votto is going to be the Reds because they were tweeting about him earlier. Like a lot of the tweets from the MLB The Show account seem to have correlation with face of the franchise. So, Votto maybe, Cronenworth maybe. Mullins is going to be a lot of fun. Again, this is a 91 overall card, so Mullins' card it drops going to be a little bit more a little bit lower overall than this. But another point, if you're trying to compare from MLB 21 to 22, is that certain cards are different based on their overalls and how they're constructed. Like this is a Topps Now card, so it was made to be OP versus right, where in reality the 90 overall just might be a more balanced, like Cedric Mullins hitting wise versus lefties and righties as well. And I'm going to be making a ton of videos during launch and all the way through MLB 22. So if you guys aren't subbed, I'd appreciate if you do that. Jesus Luzardo, I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I don't think he's going to have a crazy card at launch. He was one of the guys that had, it's kind of interesting that it's March 27th and I'm matching with like a day one starting pitcher, but we'll talk a little bit more about face of the franchise program here. So like going into a little bit more of an in-depth conversation, you know, Buxton I feel like has a pretty open stance, feels like a guy that you can, you know, dominate pretty well both sides of the ball. I know some people struggle with like right-handed batters that have kind of a closed stance. That's incredibly unfortunate. So now we get to see what Mullins looks like, lefty, and man, I just gotta be telling myself to get ready for that. That's a part of my hitting tips videos that'll be coming out for MLB 22. If you're not subbed, again, seriously, man, gonna be putting out a ton of videos. Mullins is gonna be a really reliable offensive piece and will lack tremendously in regards to his arm and, you know, overall glove play in center field. Like, I feel like you're picking up Mullins to be a bat in left field personally. His defense leaves a lot to be desired, whereas Luis Robert, my goodness, is a pretty good rounded 5-tool player, similar to Byron Buxton. I mean, that is literally just, that feels bad right there. But Joey Votto, again, I'm making a guess that he's the Reds TA. But I mean, when you think of the Reds, I don't know who else you think of. And specifically with Joey Votto, I'm not trying to, like, you know, not have fun with this card, but you know, a first baseman coming out, of all the cards that'll be dropping at release, I feel like there will be a pretty consistent amount of first basemen around that 90 overall threshold. So I don't really think of Joey Votto as being somebody to like actively seek out. He'll be interesting, but and again, this is all speculation. I mean, I could be wrong, and it could be Mike Moustakas for all I don't know. Why am I lining out so much? And then, like, I'm also trying to make a guess on pitching. I have Corbin Burns in here right now. That's just completely a guess. This is actually Corbin Burns' live series, so I have its 91. Trying to get used to these lower end cards, but this video is kind of be a hodgepodge. It'll be a little bit of me reflecting on TA, a little bit of me reacting on Face of the Franchise, and a little bit of me playing, obviously. But I want to hear from you guys what your thoughts are on the Face of the Franchise release so far. I know a lot of people are a little bit concerned about the 90 overall bit, that like that's a pretty high overall to start. I personally, I'm not that worried about it. With them talking about like time release content, I feel like it'll be like we don't get every player. How about Votto at first base though? But overall, going over the guys that we have announced so far, Aroldis Chapman, I don't think will be very good from the tech test. They changed his delivery, and I used to not be able to hit him very well. I was crushing him in the tech test, so I feel like Chapman might not even have outlier, and his form got nerfed a lot. So Chapman's gonna be, to me, an L. Wander Franco, shortstop, great swing, gonna be a pretty balanced card. Wander might be one of the best cards that comes out with this. And Cedric Mullins, like I mentioned, defense leaves a lot to be desired. There's gonna be better outfielders for you to go after, but if you need a lefty bat in your lineup, then Mullins is nice. And then obviously Rafael Devers, third baseman with a ton of power. He's going to be awesome to use. And then Alec Manoa for the Blue Jays should be awesome. 99 hits per 9. And with that 99 hits per 9, will hits per 9 be the only stat that matters for, like, you know, your opponent's PCI feedback? We'll find out. My guess is no. But Alec Manoa looks interesting, and specifically with the AL East and, you know, just content off the rip here. You know, you're going to have some guys that are going to have overalls pretty similar to that in their live series, so keep that in mind. But AL East looks pretty nice. The AL Central looks awesome, man. You know, you got Casey Mize is going to be one of the better starters at launch. Buxton, Luis Robert, as I mentioned. I have Salvi for the Royals here. That's being revealed at 5 o'clock today. My guess is that it's Salvi. I mean, I would love it to be somebody else, but I mean, when you think of the Royals, I mean, you really just think of Salvador Perez, to be honest, man. That's my second perfect that, can I get 2 here? I can get 2 because I think the center fielder tried to pick up a blade of grass instead of the ball there. But then Cleveland's interesting because it could be J-Ram, it could be Shane Bieber, it could be a multitude of guys. I am a perfect machine. Do I dare test the gun of the center fielder? I do. The play at the plate or the play at second. Okay, I thought I was safe. Excuse me. But like Devers there, lefty, has 88 power in this game. He'll have like 64 power in 22 when he drops. So, I mean, you're paying for a lot of the power on Devers versus right. And again, versus right-handed pitching, you know, you're going to face a lot of right-handed pitching compared to left-handed pitching. So the more lefty bats I feel like you can acquire, the better. And again, this is me assuming, and that's the worst swing ever, but I'm assuming Cronenworth's going to be the Padres face of the franchise. We'll find out. And then, you know, I think Jazz Chisholm has a pretty good chance of being the Marlins TA, or I keep saying TA, Marlins face of the franchise. I'm just excited for 22. There's a lot of content that'll be put out and discussed on my channel, and I'm not going to have you guys sit through an entire gameplay here where it looks like I'm probably going to be winning the game. But if you guys want some sweaty games of 21, kind of showcasing different cards, you guys can absolutely comment that and let me know. I wouldn't be opposed to making a video like that because I'm on spring break now and just ready to hit the ground running and have some fun with 22. And I hope you guys enjoyed my discussion on Team Affinity. Man, on face of the franchise to start launch of MLB The Show 22. Again, comment what cards you like, comment what cards you dislike, and comment ideas for different videos you have up until launch. I appreciate you guys for watching. I'll catch you in the next video. Got a power swing with Buxton just to really emphasize how good he is, right? If that doesn't leave on a power swing, okay, I'm ending the video right there. I can't play too much more of that.